What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze. Today we are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hope he's having a very good day today. So today we're gonna go ahead and end the year by doing a tier list of every LR or Summonable LR that actually came in the year of 2022. Shout out for Tad for this beautiful idea that I saw on Twitter. And shout out here to Extra Long Dokkan for this beautiful image. So this is going to be every character that released in 2022 as far as a Summonable LR. Now, because I am a global player, I will say that we will not include carNival Goku nor Golden Frieza because unfortunately they are not on the global version. And also normally I would do like a separate tier list where we don't mix up the carNival LRs, the Dokkan Fest LRs, and the Yellow Coin Banner LRs. But because it's for the year 2022, I might as well just put the whole bunch together here. So again, this is going to be more of a global exclusive since again we don't have your Golden Frieza nor the carNival Super Saiyan Goku. So again, this is going to be the tier list. We have all our characters right about here, but we're going to be I guess the top 14 characters. Now if you do see a character lower than your expectations, it's not saying that they're that bad. It's just because listen, there's only 14 spots and these are all the characters that released in 2022. So we are going to go ahead and start here at the bottom, the worst of the worst. I would say by far the easiest one, which people can definitely guess here, is going to be here, Vegeta. Giant Ape Vegeta is just, what a huge fumble. Really unfortunate because the Saiyan Saga is actually, you know, not the greatest category. And this character was definitely a character that needed to be great in my opinion. Unfortunately, he's just kind of a fraud because he does have the guard ability. If you are against a Goku, you actually get your Ki +3 and attack +60% for the rest of the battle with the intro animation. He also gets here Ki +3 attack and defense +100%, gain additional attack and defense +60% when performing a super attack, gain additional defense +60% when performing an ultra super attack, guard activate against all attacks, gain additional Ki +3 attack +30% for the rest of the turn once guard is activated. So again, this sounds really good, but when you actually use this Vegeta in action, he just gets absolutely cream pied. Even with the newest upgrades of new batch of characters, this Vegeta is just unfortunately gonna be at the best would be a very good floater. Right now he's like probably the only king or like a very good unit for Giant Form Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road, but this Vegeta is just gonna get you cooked. Cell Max event gets you destroyed. He also has just Giant Ape form, and we can tell by now that this is absolutely really bad. He does get Ki +5, but that's about it. Nothing really special, especially when you compare it to like the newest Piccolo that we got here with the Giant form. This is definitely something just very mediocre. It's just nothing too crazy, no crits, no additional super. It's just very basic, and it's really like unfortunate because it's actually a very clean animation. His condition to actually use this is that when your HP is below 40%, you can actually use it, which I guess could be useful in a pinch if you're low on items and you're almost about to kill the boss. But again, this giant Vegeta just does nothing. And one thing as well is that his links like over 9,000. Like, come on, give this guy big bad bosses. It's 2022. No reason why this character should not have big bad bosses, because he is also on Space Traveling Warriors. He's on Inhuman Deeds, and Inhuman Deeds and Space Traveling Warriors have a lot of characters who have big bad bosses, and this character would actually be really good having that link instead of over 9,000. Like I kind of get it, but at the same time, like who cares? You know, Planetary Destruction, Terrifying Conquerors, like a lot of these categories, you know. This Vegeta could maybe be a bit better if he had big bad bosses. What does over 9,000 give you actually? It gives you attack and defense +10%, but look who holds it. Like almost nobody, right? Like look how many LRs have this, and look how many TURs have it. Like almost no one has it. So really, Dokkan, like for 2022, like there's just such a huge gap. There was such a huge gap between Goku and this Vegeta, which again, this is something that Dokkan should change in the future. Like even now, I would say there is a gap between Gohan and Piccolo, but like there shouldn't be a gap when you are releasing a premium LR alongside with another premium LR. Like for example, like the Worldwide Celebration, carNival Goku and LR Cooler, like those almost made your wallet go broke, right? Because those two were actually on like neck and neck, like the same level. You had some arguments why Cooler was better. You had some arguments why Goku's better. but that's what we need here when you are doing like a double release of an LR. Like there should not be that much of a gap, but unfortunately Vegeta got that, and that's why he's just, unfortunately, he's just not my favorite. And in my opinion, you know, like he is definitely going to be at number 14 of our list, the bottom of the list here, as far as the worst LR of 2022. Out of a whole bunch of this whole cast, right? So Vegeta is definitely going to be here at number 14, no shocker. Then we have your number 13, which is going to be here the Goku and Piccolo. Now, they did actually get a kind of a small buff, and the reason why is because they're actually part of Battle of Wits. And as you guys know, Battle of Wits, we actually have a leader here, which of course is the Orange Piccolo. And they do share 3 links together. They do share here Legendary Power, Soul Support, and Fierce Battle. These guys are actually really good, but the only problem, right, is that if you actually make it past turn 5, because they do have guard ability, they do a guaranteed additional super attack here as well, and they do stack attack as well. But the problem is actually Piccolo. Piccolo is the problem. If you actually get into this exchange mechanic and you don't have the guard ability, he is a glass cannon. Even against type advantage, he is a glass cannon against the mega tough bosses, because his defense, you know, I'd say at 55% is like 100k, maybe even less, and at Rainbow maybe I would say at best 200k. It's just really, this Piccolo is just too much of a glass cannon. He does recover HP by 10%, which is pretty good. He gets Ki plus 3 attack and defense plus 100%, plus additional Ki plus 3 and defense plus 100% with 3 or more Ki spheres. So this is the real issue, is because you definitely want to try to get here the extra defense. But by doing so, you are most likely going to get the 18 Ki super, which is a problem because in this form, Piccolo does not do a guaranteed additional super attack. And you can see that on his 12 Ki super, he actually now stacks defense. But again, at that level, when you're this, like turn 7 deep into the event, if you're doing like the ultimate red zone, Piccolo is a glass cannon. So again, it is unfortunate. This character had a huge potential, but really they just really fumbled the ball by making this character too much of a glass cannon when he turns into Piccolo. He's still very, very strong, because when you do actually do the special beam cannon, you do actually nullify the enemy's action. And then if you actually get a 24 Ki super, he also gets your extra attack plus 50%, but also nullify the enemy's attack as well. So you can do a double nullification action, which is good. But it's just, again, this character is too much of a glass cannon. Even with Orange Piccolo, like if you don't have the guard ability and you haven't been stacking your defense, this character is going to get you cooked. So you have to really make sure that this special beam cannon, or the turn you're going to transfer him to Piccolo, make sure you have your guard, or make sure you're going to kill the enemy. But again, he's just not that reliable, I would say. I really do wish that maybe on their 12 Ki super, they would also raise attack and defense. That would make this character a lot better. But because you only raise attack, by the time you get here, you're just a glass cannon. Another thing that actually hurt this character is that they're actually not on that many teams. They're pretty good for Super Battle for sure. For Extreme Super Battle and Retro Super Battle, these guys are definitely really good. But when it comes to the big boys, like, they get absolutely squashed like a bug. So for that reason, I do put them here at number 13. Which is unfortunate, because these guys have a very huge potential, but it's just way too risky. So at number 12, this one, I'm not too sure if I would agree with this, but for now, I'm just going to put Goku right here. Not to say that kaioken Goku is bad, he's actually really good. The only issue is that this Goku, unfortunately, doesn't have the best linking partners. Now, he did get an upgrade with the Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because he's actually a very good defensive unit, and they share, I believe, 4 or 5 links together. But other than that, he also has your version Z Goku, but that's about it as far as like a very good linking partner. He does have some pretty good links. He has some pretty wonky ones like Over the Flash, Z Fighters, but he still has here Legendary Power, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha. So this Goku is actually very good. He also gets here this permanent buff, attack plus 70% if you are facing an enemy whose name is Vegeta, and also Ki plus 3. He gets your attack and defense plus 100%, gain Ki plus 7 for the first 7 turns of appearance, and also get additional attack and defense plus 59% when performing a super attack. Then an additional attack plus 59% when performing an ultra super attack. He's also an orb changer as well, so that's actually really good for him. And also has a 50% chance to do a critical hit. So this Goku on his 12 key super and his 18 key super, he is doing damage. The only thing is that this character is not going to be a slot 1 character. But overall, this character, like, there's not much bad things to say about him. It's just that compared to the other roster of characters, I would say maybe I would put him higher. But for now, I'm just going to put him here at number 13. Or actually number 12 here, sorry. And I think the reason why is because this part right here, it's not that common anymore that you're going to face your Vegeta enemy. And also, I guess after 7 turns, he no longer gets key plus 7. So this could create some inconsistency of getting the 18 key super. But Goku is definitely busting out damage because, again, he does have a 50% chance to crit. He also massively raised attack and defense on his 18 key super. And he also has a very good active skill, which you could spam if you play your cards right. Most likely you're going to be able to do this in Super Battle Road if you are running a double Kaioken Goku. You can just spam the Spirit Bomb, and it's actually really good. There's no turn restriction, and also allows you to stun the enemy for 1 turn. So this Kaioken Goku, maybe he might be a bit too low for number 12. I actually might maybe put him number 11, but for now I am going to put him here at number 12. But this Kaioken Goku is really good. Again, I'm not calling him bad because he is spot number 12. It's just that compared to the other characters, I feel like, you know, they're definitely above Kaioken Goku. So for now, I will put him at number 12. But this Kaioken Goku, I adore him. He's on a lot of good teams here. It's just, again, the linking partners aren't the greatest. And again, you're not going to really see this first part of his passive if you're not facing a Vegeta, which is not very common. Maybe in some modes, like of Super Battle, sure. But for now, like Ultimate Red Zone, there's like no Vegeta enemies, so you're not gonna get this. Also, I would say that even though he does massive raise defense on his 18 key super and also on his passive here as well, I would say that his defense is probably what holds him back here as well. Is that it's not enough to actually tank a Ultimate Red Zone boss, unless it's type advantage, of course. But other than that, you know, he can definitely get cooked here. When it comes to like eating a super attack from like an Ultimate Red Zone boss. Maybe even some normals as well if you get very unlucky by not getting the 18 key super. But again, he is also an orb changer. But for now, I am going to put here Goku at number 12. So at number 13, this is where it gets a little bit controversial. I did actually put here our first Dokkan Fest LR. And it is going to be here the AGL, Blue Goku, and Vegeta. They have a fantastic leader skill, one of the best in the game, I want to say, because Movie Heroes right now is just like top tier. Joy Force is also very broken. Of course, the extra 30% for Pure Saiyans, like, come on. This is a very good leader skill. The issue with this character is that they're just they need so many requirements. It's actually quite annoying to actually use this character. You'll see here that they do have damage reduction, which is pretty good. So to get here, Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 150%, reduce damage by 20%, plus additional Ki plus 1 per type keys for obtain, launch additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, plus additional damage reduction of 20% for the first 3 turns from the start of turn, plus additional attack and defense plus 50%, and a medium chance of performing a critical hit when performing an ultra super attack, and then receive a morale boost. So the issue with this character is that they're also a little bit of a glass cannon. Now, the 40% damage reduction for the first 3 turns is actually good. But after those 3 turns, if you do not get the morale boost, I find this character to be very defensively not reliable. I won't say they're defensively bad, but they're just not reliable when it comes to these difficult bosses. I think for Super Battle, they're for sure going to be really good, like a key item for sure. Because they do also lower the attack of the enemy on their 18 key super, which is very good. But again, the main issue is that after turn 3, if you don't get the morale boost, you're definitely not going to put them as a slot 1 character. And the issue with the morale boost is that there's just way too many restrictions, right? There's only 2 restrictions, but it feels like it takes forever. So for the morale boost, in order to actually get it, you have to perform 3 super attacks or more, and you have to receive 7 attacks. This is just really annoying. Even though they do have a good chance of doing additional super attack, which is fine, it's the 7 attacks that sometimes can be very tricky, because I have many events where it's like turn 8, 9, 10, 11, and the reason why is because I did not get the 7 attacks, because I didn't put them in slot number 1, because they're after the 3 turns they no longer get that extra 20% damage reduction, which is pretty bad. So again, this character is just very annoying to use, and on top of that, when you actually get into the morale boost, now they get here a permanent of 30% damage reduction. Key plus super type keys for obtain. Launch initial attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. Plus initial attack and defense plus 50%, and a medium chance of performing a critical hit when an ultra super attack. When performing an ultra super attack, and it also performs a critical hit when activating the active skill or 24 key super. So this part, the 30% damage reduction, is good, but still not enough defense for this character to be tanking in like the most difficult bosses. They were definitely, I would say, meant for like the worldwide celebration during those special events. These guys were definitely like almost a must run in my opinion. But what really pisses me off is that their active skill. So not only do you have to fulfill the first condition, right, 7 hits and 3 super attacks, but now you also have to be facing only 1 enemy, and you can only use it after they do their morale boost. So after 1 turn of being their morale boost, then the next turn you can actually use this active skill, which is useless because it actually does not do that much damage. And no boss in Dokkan, unless in the future they decide to actually implement a boss that you need to stun late in this fight, like this stunning is just useless. Stunning the enemy here is just useless. Cause ultimate damage and stun the enemy, absolutely useless, because again, at this point when you actually get this, which is minimum a turn 5 at the most best, you are not, or actually not even turn 5, turn 7 I guess, right? Because you have to wait 1 more turn. There's no way you're gonna be able to stun the boss from now. From now, there's no boss in Dokkan that you could stun here. So again, this is like the most useless active skill right now, because you can't even get it in extreme super battle or regular super battle. So again, they have a fantastic leader skill. It's just this character, you know, compared to the other rosters that we have, they're just not, in my opinion, that great. They're just very annoying to use, I've found anyway. But their leader skill, fantastic, like a 10 out of 10. Well, maybe not 10 out of 10, but like 9 out of 10, because it's actually a very busted leader skill. But you're most likely going to leave these guys as a floater. They do link very well with carNival Goku. It's not like they don't have a very good linking partner. It's just, you know, defensively they are a reliability. So or they could be a liability, sorry. But I just, you know, compared to the other characters that we have above, I just put them at number 11. I would maybe even say kaioken Goku might be better, but it's, if I'm taking consideration also the leader skill, I would put them at number 11. But like without the leader skill, just as a performance, like kaioken Goku does it better. Like his active skill requires no turn restriction. It does the exact same thing. You stun the enemy, and you could be facing multiple enemies as well. And he actually does more damage. And I would say defensively, since he does massively raise defense on his 18 key super, I think he actually might be on the same level. But I mean, they do have carNival Goku as a partner, so I don't know. See, this is where again it's very controversial with this unit. They definitely could have made them a lot better, but they're just very shy of it. So unfortunately, they're not going to make it very high on this list. But for now, I guess I would put them at number 11. But I can see the argument that kaioken Goku is actually better than them. But I'm gonna put, damn, I'll put them here for now. Let me not disrespect them too much. But I'll put them at number 11 out of the whole roster. So that's gonna be our character for number 11. Our number actually, did I say number 11? What number is this? Yeah, number 11. So now we go into top 10 characters. So my number 10 character is actually going to be Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan from the Android/Cell saga. Really, no negative things to say about this character. They're just very basic. They get attack and defense plus 58%, plus additional attack and defense, and chance to perform a critical hit plus 5% per key sphere obtained, and then get additional attack and defense plus 59%. Sorry, attack plus 59% and defense plus 58% when performing a super attack. and then get additional attack plus 59% and defense plus 58% if it's ultra super attack. So these guys are definitely a slot 2 character, but more importantly, they do a lot of damage and their defense is actually really good. They also get here this key plus 1 mechanic as well, and they also launch additional guaranteed super attack within the same turn the character performs their active skill, or when they do a 20 key super. So again, I found this character to be very, very consistent. The only drawback is that their best linking partner, which is of course the Super Saiyan Goku exchange Gohan, they're not a slot 1 character either until you build up to exchange to Gohan. But overall, this character is just very good. There's no real gimmicks to this. Under super attack, they both raise defense, and under 18 key super, they raise attack. This character, again, is just very good. They're also a very good linking partner with the LR Trunks and Vegeta as well, but fortunately, they're not getting the 200% leader skill. I guess one drawback is that they only have they're actually only limited to, I believe, 1 leader skill for the 200% leader skill, which of course is the Super Saiyan Goku, right about here with the Gohan. But other than that, they're still very good overall. I really have nothing negative to say about them. Unfortunately, when it comes to like the ultimate red zone, when it comes to like the bosses or even the Cell Max event, they're not going to survive a super attack, unfortunately, unless it's Broly. But aside from normals, these guys, if you get them a triple super, they'll be for sure tanking double digits, because again, they're getting 59%, or sorry, 58%, and then additional 58% here as well. So again, there's a lot of defense they're getting when they super attack, because again, if they do a double super, they're also increasing their defense by 30% twice. So again, this character is actually really good. I don't have really anything negative to say about them. It's just right now with the other LRs, they have been power crap, but they're still doing a lot of work. Their active skill is actually very good to use, very easy to use, I want to say. Where it can be activated when you're only facing one enemy whose HP is 59% or less, or sorry, it's 59% or less, starting from the 5th turn of the battle, or when HP is 58% or more, starting from the 7th turn. So there is a mixed match of this, which is pretty good. So yeah, overall, this character is actually really good. It's just right now, I guess, it's been power crap, but overall, this is a very basic but very powerful unit. The only thing is that they're not able to survive a super attack from the big bosses. So, but overall, it's a fantastic unit. So that's why I did put them here at number 10 on this list. I guess maybe no. I would say this. They're definitely better than kaioken and Goku, in my opinion. And I do prefer them over these guys because again, they can triple super consistently since they do a guaranteed additional super attack on a 20 key super. So I think these guys are definitely better, and also their active skill is better than the AGL Goku and Vegeta. I mean, I guess you can maybe make the argument, but just consistently, I feel like they're better. But I could be wrong, but I guess they just make it top 10 here for 2022. So that's going to be for Goku and Gohan. So number 9 is actually going to be Fusion Zamasu. Now, originally this spot was actually for Metal Cooler, but I found to realize that, I know I didn't make a video on Fusion Zamasu, because I took a small break, but Fusion Zamasu, on his 200% leader skill, with the Vegeta and Trunks, the only issue is that the other characters that link up very well with him, they're not on a 200% leader skill. Like for example, let's actually go here to the Future Saga, right? So when you're running these guys as a leader, most of the characters you'll be running with this character are going to be Saiyans anyway, because they also are a leader for Bond of Parent and Child. And unfortunately, Zamasu, like his best linking partners are going to be like these Zamasus, but these guys don't have an EZA, and again, also they're not going to be part of the 200% leader skill. Well, I guess he's gonna be part of 200% leader skill, but like the other Goku Blacks, the Rosés, they're just not part of it, unfortunately. So, even these guys right here, which have a fantastic EZA, they're not on a 200% leader skill, so it does kind of hurt them a tiny bit. But again, when you're running like double Vegeta and Trunks, it doesn't really work out with Fusion Zamasu. So that is kind of a small drawback with Zamasu, but overall, he is a fantastic unit. When you take a look at what he actually does quite a lot. He does great heroes attack and defense both on his 18 key super and his 12 key super, and he also lowers attack here as well, which is very good for super battle and battlefield. His passive, he has an actual intro animation. If there's another Potara category ally on a team, you get your key +1 when collecting key spheres for the first 5 turns. He also changes a random type of key sphere other than int into int key sphere, so he's also a orb changer, which is pretty good. He gets your attack and defense plus 100% and reduce damage received by 20%. Gain additional attack and defense plus 50% when launching a super attack. Perform a super attack when launching an ultra super attack, and attacks are effective against all types as well when you give him 24 key super. So this right here is actually not that bad because again, for the first 5 turns, we are changing orbs, and he's also getting here key +1. So it's actually not that difficult for him to get a 24 key super. He also does here receive damage reduction by 2% up to 10% for each hit that he does receive. And then he also gets here gain key +1 for every 5 attacks received in battle up to key +5. This is kind of a wonky one. I don't know how often you're going to see this. But you know what? It is there, which is fine. But again, Zamasu doesn't really struggle for a key. So again, Fusion Zamasu is actually really powerful. Again, he's going to be a slot 2 character, but again, he can triple super because again, with hidden potential system, since he can do here a guaranteed additional super attack on an 18 key super, he has the ability to do 3 super attacks, which again, he is raising his defense by 50%. So he's definitely better than he's like a better version of this Goku / Gohan because they only increase defense by 30%. Whereas Zamasu is only by 50%. So again, Zamasu is actually not that bad, and he also has your damage reduction as well. What's pretty good is that he also recovers 10% of HP at the end of every turn as well. And he also has your a nullification against unarmed super attacks. Well, not nullification, but it's a counter, I should say. And he also does tremendous damage as well. So Zamasu is just basically like a better version of these guys for sure. But the only problem is that right now his optimal team build is just not really working if you're running the Vegeta and Trunks, because if you're running the Vegeta and Trunks, you just have better options to put in team with them rather than this Fusion Zamasu. So that's why Cooler does take the spot here, because before I had Cooler as number, what number are you at right now? I had Cooler at number 9, but like reflecting looking at Zamasu, it's just not that great for him right now. So I do have your Zamasu, Fusion Zamasu, I should say here, sorry, at number 9 here. But he is a fantastic unit. Again, this double super from his passive is actually really good. He also actually has your active skill as well, which can be used once you do here 5 super attacks, which I don't think is that bad, to be honest. It could have been worse, but 5 super attacks is actually not that bad. But it is going to be kind of a turn restriction where it's minimum turn 5 as well. So it's not something that you're going to see very often, but you do have it in your back pocket. So Fusion Zamasu, a very good character in 2022. Just right now, he is kind of held back as far as a team build, where you can't really have like a full 200% leader with this Fusion Zamasu, right? With his other support characters. So for now, I would put him here at number 9. So as we already saw here, number 8 is going to be here Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler is fantastic. The only issue with this character is that unfortunately you're not able to use all his links. Yeah, Cooler is a fantastic unit. He does raise defense on his 12 key super and also raise defense by 30% on his 18 key super. And he also does recover 10% of HP at the start of each turn. Whatchamacallit here. And he also has a nullification as well against unarmed super attacks. This Cooler is actually really good. He does recover here additional 10% HP when your HP is 50% or less. So again, this character is doing quite a lot. You get your key +2 attack and defense plus 130. Plus additional defense boost up to 100%. The more HP remaining, the greater defense boost. Plus additional key +1 up to key +4, and attack and defense plus 15% up to 60%. When each attack receives. So again, this character is going to be very good defensively. What's actually pretty good is that his revival is actually really good here as well, because you can activate at any time. There's no HP restriction and no turn restriction, but you do have to make sure that this Cooler is going to be KO'd as well. So that's something you do have to be careful with his revival. Now, this is also something that's, I would say, that important. but he does actually get this here as well. So he does recover 10% HP at the end of each turn of which attack was received, and gets an additional 5% HP if there's another ally whose name is Metal Cooler attacking the same turn. So this one here is, I guess, okay, the extra 5% of HP recovery, but I guess that's not that important. He does have here an active skill, which is actually really good. So you can actually use the active skill starting from turn 5, after the character receives 7 attacks or more, or after you do the revival. And this is actually a pretty good active skill because you do greatly raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage, but you also recover 30% of your HP. So that is pretty nice, pretty clutch in tough situations. Definitely much more useful compared to like these guys right here. So I would say I've actually used this active skill quite often compared to like Zamasu or like this character right here, right? So Metal Core Cooler is actually good, or LR Metal Cooler I should say. I guess the only drawback is that unfortunately his best linking partner shares the exact same name, which is the EZA AGL Cooler, which again I don't know why they share the exact same name, but I guess it is what it is. But this character overall is very good. He could survive a super attack from the top of the bosses because he just get the free revival, but after that he's just not on the same level defensively, even fully built up and the support. After you use a revival, he can no longer survive a super attack from like the big tough bosses, unless it's going to be a melee attack or unarmed super attack, because he could nullify, which is a 70% chance. You're not going to survive the super attack. So Metal Cooler is still very, very good, and that's why I would put him here at number 8 here for our top characters of 2022 LRs. So number 7, so this one I guess might be controversial why they're so high, but I found even to this day, but all the missions, the tough missions like the Cell Maximum when it first came out, the 7th anniversary LR still came and put in work. No matter what people say, I feel like these guys are still very useful and still very good. They have a fantastic category, they have fantastic links, they have a very good active skill. Their passive is actually very good. The only issue, as I guess, is that they're going to become like a glass cannon when they don't have their guard ability, but that's okay because they actually do have certain characters that can fulfill the role, because these guys would be a very good slot 2 or 3 character. And for Gogeta or LR Super Saiyan 4s, they are part of the Fuse Fighters, and as you guys know, Fuse Fighters just got a very good tanking unit, which of course is going to be Tech Piccolo. Or Orange Piccolo. Orange Piccolo can definitely be a slot 1 character when he's fully built up. He has a damage reduction. He is only going to share a couple links with them. I believe it's only going to be here like Legendary Power, Fierce Battle, and that's about it. But the good thing about Piccolo is that when he does get hit, he does provide allies Ki +2 as well. Again, these guys are just really incredible. They stack attack and defense. They guard for the first turn. And on top of that, it's very easy for them to get a 24 key super. But what's actually good about them is that when you do give them a 20 key super, they do a guaranteed additional super attack as well. So you are stacking your defense pretty quickly, I would say. And if you give them 24 key super, they also, they also become super effective. But you also give them Rainbow Key Spheres, they get a 7% chance to crit per Rainbow Key Sphere. So these guys can still put in the work, and I would definitely choose them over all these other characters in my opinion that we just went over, because they're just very reliable, I would say, especially with their leader skill. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this is the one thing I do like about the 7th anniversary LRs, is that their 20 key super, this right here, nullify enemies action, is just very powerful and very useful. Many runs I've been able to complete because of this, where I'm able to actually nullify the boss's super attack. Because these guys, you know, if they're fully stacking defense, or even if you actually transform into this Gogeta, you're not really taking any damage unless it's from a super attack. Because again, this Gogeta, right, when you transform into him, he gets attack and defense plus 177, plus additional Ki plus super type piece for obtain, chance to perform a critical hit and reduce damage received by 7% per Rainbow Key for obtain, attacks effective against all types, medium chance of performing a critical hit, high chance of performing additional super attack. So again, this guy can triple super while being super effective, and also has a high chance of invading enemies super attack and countering with tremendous power. So Gogeta, I mean, the only drawback I would probably say is that I wish his counter was a great chance, but again, this is a character that you can still maybe put in slot 1, because again, if you give him a full stats of Rainbow Key Spheres, he can have your 35% damage reduction. But again, you rock this guy with Tech Piccolo, you put him in slot 2, defensively he's gonna be okay, because again, he's raising defense by 100%, and he has a high chance to do additional super attack, plus they hit the potential system, so you can increase your defense by an extra 50% twice. So again, Gogeta, I feel like is just, you know, he's still very powerful, but more importantly, what I do like is that they do have this beautiful nullification, which is really powerful. They also have a very good active skill, which is one of the best in the game in my opinion. The only drawback is that you only be facing one enemy, which is not really a huge deal. But the more you stack your attack and defense in your base form, the more harder this is going to actually hit for the active skill. So again, if you get in a good situation where you are able to stack really well with these guys right here in their base form, this active skill is going to be really powerful. Plus you do guaranteed crits for the rest of the turn as well. So definitely don't sleep on the 7th anniversary LRs as well. So this is the same argument for the LR gods, but right now I do put them above the Super Saiyan 4s just because they do have your Easy God Goku, and Easy God Goku is a very dominant unit in Dokkan, and definitely fulfills the role as a slot 1 character, why these guys are able to stack attack and defense. Again, very similar here to Gogeta, but the only difference is that they actually do a guaranteed additional super attack if you give them a 20 key super. But also they actually get a chance here to dodge by 7% per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained as well. But Ironhide, they're just very good, still on the same toe-to-toe with this Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but right now their partner, which of course is the Easy God Goku, definitely puts them in spot number 1, but more importantly, they're also the leader for movie heroes as well, which is like the best category in Dokkan right now. So definitely right now the gods do have it above the Super Saiyan 4s. So let's actually go ahead and put the Super Saiyan 4s here, and also the LR gods here as well. Again, we're not going to include here carNival Goku or Golden Frieza. So now we're reaching here the top 4. And how long are we into the video? We are about 37 minutes in. Okay, so let's actually try and wrap this up here. So at number 5, I do have your Cooler. This I do remember. Cooler is just, listen, he's just, actually no. We're actually at number 5 here, sorry. So number 5, who actually made at number 5, surprisingly is actually going to be Gohan. And this is unfortunate because Gohan should be number 1, or at least number 2 in my opinion. But again, this is where Dokkan makes a mistake, and this is where there's a gap between 2 units that release at the same time, which they shouldn't do in the future. But number 5, we do actually have your Ultimate Gohan. Again, Ultimate Gohan, he is good. He's fine. Unfortunately, defensively, he's okay. He's not the greatest for sure. But the one thing that actually kind of annoys me is that his active skill is actually not the greatest. I do understand that one unit is going to be defensive and one unit is going to be more offensive. Because again, Piccolo is more defensive and Gohan's more offensive. But the thing is that his active skill is not the hardest hitting active skill in Dokkan. And the reason why is because he does not stack attack on either his 12 key super or his 18 key super, which is a huge fumble because this should be the strongest attack in Dokkan. But they went ahead and fumbled it, so who knows, maybe in the future when we actually get Beast Gohan, this will be better, but like this is just such a fumble in my opinion. So again, Beast Gohan, he's fine, he has an intro animation, he guards for 3 turns, he has attack and defense plus 100%. Now what's also a big fumble is that he does also get extra attack and defense by 30%, but it's only on each super attack. This should not be the case, and also on top of that, he only has a great chance of doing additional super attack when key is 20. That is just so backwards, right? Because what, Beast Gohan, right? You take a look at the 7-year anniversary LRs. On JP, they're about to be a year old, and on Global, they're about 6 months old. They're doing a 20 key super, right? However, they're doing a guaranteed additional super attack under 20 key super, both the LR versions, right? So why, at the year end of 2022, why are you not giving this character a guaranteed additional super attack? This should be a bare minimum, and this will make this character a lot better because he does raise defense by 30% on his 12 key super. So, like, to be honest, he's just like almost a worse version of the LRs, 70th anniversary LRs, I want to say. Because one of the key components as well is that his links are terrible. Like, you look at the 70th anniversary LRs, their links are good. They're all good. Every category you put them on, they're all good. Ultimate Gohan, unless you're not running a superheroes team, he will struggle for key. Unless you get very bad good RNG with the orbs, he is going to struggle with a 24 key super or a 20 key super. But again, you know, it's only a great chance. So there is a chance that it's actually not going to be a super attack, which is, again, very dumb. So I guess there's an argument you can make that maybe Gohan might be on the same level as the 7th anniversary LRs. He does actually have a nullification, so he can nullify Beam super attack, but it's only a 50% chance. And again, when you look at Gogeta, for example, it's not really a nullification, it's a counter, but it's for all types of attacks, where Gohan, it's specifically only for beam attacks. So, I mean, I think you can make an argument that maybe not Super Saiyan 4, but you can maybe make an argument that, you know, the LR gods are better than Gohan, to be honest, because they're both leading superheroes. Well, movie heroes, I should say, sorry. And these guys have the Gammas in their team build, so it's like, and they also have carNival Goku as well. So, you know, what am I really missing here, right? And on top of that, what's pretty good is that these guys, right, they have dodge. They have dodge if you give them Rainbow Key Spheres, and they also have a nullification as well every single time you give them an 18 key super. And they do guaranteed additional super attack on a 20 key super. And like their active skill as well, guaranteed crits as well for the entire turn. I don't know. Gohan might not be top 5. I think the LR gods might be better than Gohan. If you really think about it, like they're doing what Gohan does but better. But I guess Gohan hits harder, but like who really cares? Are you gonna one-shot these bosses with Gohan? No. You know, you need like at least 1 or 2 turns, right? But like Gohan's not gonna do it by himself, and neither are the gods, so I actually might put these Gohan like number 6, to be honest. Because again, these guys are not struggling for key as well, right? Like they can get like an easy 20 key super with all the links that they have here. They have prepare for battle. Well, they only have prepare for battle, but still, I don't know. Let me not disrespect Beast Gohan, but I'll put you back number 5. But listen, I can make the argument that the gods are just better than Gohan, to be honest. They're the leader for movie heroes, so I don't see any argument. But let me not disrespect Gohan. Let me put at number 5, at least top 5. But I can do this here though. I can definitely see this. But anyways, let's put Beast Gohan here at number 5. And then for number 4, we have Cooler. Cooler is just a better version of Gohan, in my opinion. He does what Gohan should have been. Which is crazy because this character came out in August, right? He basically has a better active skill, right? Because it does more damage than Gohan since you are able to stack. Wicked Bloodline team is a very good team. Very good links. He has a very good leader skill as well. He has the number 1 EZA partner, which of course is EZA SCR Cooler as well. The only thing is that his defense could be an RG. Where if you're not getting like 3 or 4 super attacks, then his defense won't be as great because he does greatly raise defense for 1 turn. But other than that, Cooler like is just a better version of Gohan, to be honest. He doesn't require super attacks to actually build up his attack and defense. They just have to be normals. He can do like 5 super attacks as well if you're actually really lucky. And I don't know, this Cooler is just a lot better in my opinion than Gohan. I guess Gohan might be better than what's his face, than Cooler, for like the first 3 turns because he has a guard ability. But who cares, because Cooler has Golden Frieza. Not even the LR version, but even the EZA version, right? You can put him slot 1, Cooler goes in slot number 2. He does his multiple super attacks, probably kills the enemy, and that's all she wrote, right? Like, after that, Cooler's fine. The only thing is that if you're not getting like 5 or 4 super attacks, you probably are going to die from a super attack from a boss, right? So, but this Cooler is like, he's just, you know, he can look like number 1 sometimes, but it's just a very rare scene. But definitely Cooler, I would say, is going to be like number 4 for sure. Definitely better than Gohan. Number 3, no shocker, as you guys saw here, it is going to be here carNival Goku. Really nothing negative to say about this Goku, because he guards, he's super effective, he revives, he has a very easy active skill, he stacks defense, he's on a bunch of categories, very great links. There's not much to say about this Goku, but he's just great. But he does make it to number 3, because defensively, he's not on the same level as the other character, which of course is Vegeta and Trunks, but I really have no complaints for this carNival Goku. I feel like in every team, he's like a must-run, because again, he has a free revive, guard ability, stacks defense. It's just, he's just great. Like, there's not much I can say about this character. There's like almost no negative about him, unless you're not able to stack on his 18 key super. But aside from that, he also builds up key here as well with each attack he does receive. So it's just like, I don't know, there's not much to say negative about this Goku. So I definitely have him as least top 3 characters in Game of Dokkan. Well, not top 3 characters in Dokkan, but as far as the LRs that are released in 2022, he's definitely top 3 for sure. Number 2, this I originally had Tech Piccolo here, I should say here, Orange Piccolo, but after using Piccolo, after pulling him, dude, Piccolo is just a unmovable object and unstoppable force. It's just, he's that crazy. These guys are also very good. They have a very good leader skill. Bond of Parent and Child or Future Saga, and then an extra 30% if you're part of Battle of Fate. But these guys are fantastic. They're great. They take no damage. It's just that Orange Piccolo, right? This boy right here has changed the game as far as a individual unit. Even at 55%, like, he is just that great. I don't know how good these guys are at 55%, but Piccolo is just very impressive. Now, he is kind of limited, I would say, being limited to like the superheroes or Battle of Wits, but listen, the amount of, you know, things you can do on these categories to help out these weak categories like Rapid Growth or Namekians, for example, like, Piccolo is that guy. Like, he takes no damage, right? He does a ton of damage. He does way more damage than Vegeta and Trunks, that's for sure. And on top of that, he has a free heal here as well. He has damage reduction. Like, god damn, they did make this character really busted. So, I would say though that Vegeta and Trunks definitely have the better leader skill, but again, they're just defense, where Piccolo is both defense and offense, and it's just really impressive how good he is at 55%. So, they are going to be here number 2, and then number 1 we have here, of course, here, Orange Piccolo. Like, without a doubt, after using them, Orange Piccolo is number 1. So that's gonna be my list for the Summonable LRs of 2022. Alright, we are back. So I just realized after editing, I just realized on the global side, Janemba, LR Janemba actually came out in 2022 on January 17th. So I actually forgot to put LR Janemba on this list. So I decided to actually update my list right here. And for now, we're just gonna use Golden Frieza as LR Janemba just because he's like a defensive god. So for Janemba, LR Janemba, I would actually put here, I believe I would put him at number 8 or 9. The only thing is that LR Janemba is just very limited. That's like the only issue with LR Janemba. Let me actually pull up LR Janemba very quickly. No, this is carNival Goku, so this should be cooler. So let's go here to movie bosses, and then we have your LR Janemba. Yeah, so LR Janemba is a fantastic unit. He's actually aged very well, especially with LR Cooler, given that 200% leader skill. He's definitely gonna be a very slot 1 character, a very good slot 1 character. It also has the beautiful nullification for beam attacks, which is very common in Dokkan. The only thing is that you do have to kind of build him up with these more tougher events. But once he's fully built up, then you can put him back in slot 1. He just has a very good link skill. He has Metamorphosis, Shocking Speed, Big Bad Bosses, of course, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Janemba is a fantastic unit, so would I say he's better than Metal Cooler? I think I would. I think I would say that. Even though he doesn't have the revival, he does have that guard ability for slot 2 and sorry, for slot number 1, number 2. The only issue, something I don't like about this character, is that for slot 4, oops, I think I just deleted here. God damn it. For slot 4, okay, so I actually closed the window right here. Where's movie bosses? Do I have another movie boss character here? There we go. Let's go back here to movie bosses. Yeah, the one thing that actually annoys me about LR Janemba is that for slot 3, he is not guarded, which is the dumbest thing ever. So that is a chink in his armor, but he's still a very good defensive unit. Again, the only issue is that he's not on that many teams, but LR Janemba is still really good in my opinion. So I think I would put him better than Cooler, or maybe not. This is tough. I probably would put him here just below Metal Cooler. Would I? Yeah, I think I would. Like, I mean, maybe Metal Cooler goes here, maybe he doesn't. But like, I would probably, like, Janemba is definitely like top 10 for sure. Of all the others that actually came out, Janemba is gonna be definitely top 10 for sure in my opinion. And then, you know, after thinking about it, like, listen, Beast Gohan is probably like number 7 because these two do exactly what basically Gohan does, but better. And they always had that beautiful 18 key attack nullification on the enemy's attack as well. So it's just unfortunately Beast Gohan, if he maybe had the 18 key as well that nullifies, just like the LR Gods and Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, I would maybe put him like this. But for right now, definitely the gods are better than Beast Gohan, or Ultimate Gohan I should say. And then maybe these two you can maybe argue are both the same, but like what they do when you go into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is just really powerful on the 18 key super, and the fact that he can also triple super as well. He has a better chance of doing, I guess, a whatchamacallit here, a additional super attack if you give him 20 key super, but sometimes key can be very inconsistent, where I found, you know, getting a 20 key super with this character is actually much more consistent. So yeah, so that's going to be my list for the year 2022. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos coming down below. Happy New Year, and I want to wish you guys best of luck. So yeah, that's going to be about it. All right, so I'm going to say thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one.